Hello, I'm Donna, and I talk about how we tell a story and how we keep experiencing the story that we're telling. Now, I've been telling a story lately, and I've had so much success with this, and why I keep talking about it is because it has worked. This process I used to have clarity, and that's why I keep telling this little story. So I want to put it in an audio and as a message to anyone who has too much information. There's a saying, that's too much information. We certainly are all totally bombarded with a lot of information. We can get too much in our head. A lot of people do say to me that do have a lot of constant talk in their mind and mind chatter. So this is a process and idea I thought of because I had too many projects on the go. I had too many ideas, and it's great when I feel very creative, and I have for the past few years have been very creative and have very strong creative surges where I'm writing a lot and I have a lot of ideas, but then I can have too much in my head and then not be able to focus on one thing at a time. So this is the process I used, and this was only business type and work ideas, creative, not even any personal ideas, just all to do with my work and my business and all the creative ideas that I have. So this is the process I used. I wrote each idea, like each individual idea or service. So either a service that I offer, such as writing, or an idea such as an event. Each separate item was written on a love heart shaped sticky note. I use them all the time, colourful sticky notes. And I said each one aloud, and I dropped each one into this beautiful, lovely glass bowl I have. Now, the idea for this was it's similar to writing a list. I did actually write a list, but it didn't seem to do the trick. So I wrote each one individually and put them in the bowl. So as I said, each individual idea or project, as opposed to something that I'm doing to do my work, such as, working on social media. It was things like a book idea, a business event, maybe a networking event, because I offer business and personal services. So there was just too many different things, and I just thought, look, if I get them all out and into this bowl and out of my head, I can then, choose 2 or 3 to focus on, and the others can be things that I maybe do one day. So that was the idea I had, and it totally worked, and it felt totally relieving just to do this. Now, I liken the whole process to like decluttering a drawer. I do that a lot as well. So I'd take everything out the drawer. Tip here, don't put it all back. So the idea of decluttering a drawer, like decluttering our mind, is that we're clearing space. So the intention was and I talk a lot lately about how I needed to clear space and leave this space, like energetic space, like actual space, physical, it's like you would in a drawer. So rather than put everything back, you leave some space in there. Same with our mind. It makes so much sense to me. Our mind can just take in too much information. It is too much, it is too full, and then there's no space for the new things, the new creativity, the new opportunities, experiences, and people that can come in. So that was the idea. It was so amazing. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So the idea again, just allow it, like you're energetically letting go of all the mind clutter, and the idea is to allow some of it back. So my intention was, once I freed up all the space with writing each project down and putting it in the bowl, I would then allow the ideal, the words I used, perfect, these words that I use, next projects to focus on, to come to me. Now there's more to this story, which I'll do in another audio, as to more about another way that I created space to allow this to come in. But for today, I just want to focus on how effective the process is to write down the ideas and put them in a bowl. Now, again, you could similarly use, or an envelope. I actually then transferred them into an envelope. So you can do this for anything that's cluttering your mind. Maybe it's a relationship issue, so you could write down. Maybe it's something, like another way you could totally apply this is, if you're reliving an event or a scenario, which is often what people say to me, if you wrote down maybe individual things of that actual scenario and drop them in the bowl or the envelope or burn them or some other process that can use, it gets it out of your head. So that's the whole intention of the process, is to get it out of your head. And then we only want to bring back in the lovely things that are right for us and ideal for us. Now, I just want to back up a bit here because there's some really powerful, amazing event that was 2 days before I had the idea for the decluttering my mind process. So when I decided I'd do this audio today, I recalled, that's right, this was the full moon ritual week. And let me just look into my phone as to the order, because this is how it all came in. And it was almost like a zone I was in. Often this will happen when I'm creative, and I'm sure you can relate if you have creative surges. Like if I write something, sometimes I'll go back to it and it's like you're in a zone when you did it. So like with my amazing full moon ritual that I raved about, I've actually been working on words to use for my own mantras for many, many years. It's totally about belief. Again, this works for me. I mean, if you're interested and you want to hear the words that I use, please ask me. And it's part of the work I do with people. If they want to learn about how to activate and harness their own power, it's totally belief. Now, if you choose to believe that the moon is helping, and I certainly do, and the crystal that I held, and that the moon actually has power, look at the moon. With that much magnificence, it must be powerful. That's how I feel. So it works for me because I believe it, and it's declaring, it's asking for guidance. These are some of the words I used. Again, if you'd like the specific words, please ask me. I'd love to share. Asking for clarity, direction, whatever you need, you use that power to harness, and it's such a personal, sacred process. And if you believe that it works, it totally works. Even if you want to take the moon out of your process and you simply want to do declarations and mantras, that works as well. I truly believe that using the power of the moon totally helped me. And then you totally have to let go, knowing that it's working, knowing that you'll get the answers, knowing that all your good will come to you after you've simply decided to let it go. So many opportunities have come in since the full moon ritual and the belief, and then 2 days later, doing the decluttering my mind process that came to me like just an intuitive message. There's too many to mention, and I'm keeping them to myself until I actually decide on 3. And ideally, I thought I'll decide on 3 projects. I simply can't have one. I need to have 3 and probably no more than that at a time. And then with the others, I can be like, that's something I'd like to do one day. And by letting them go and knowing that they're there, it's like you've left this beautiful energetic space for something new to come in. And some of the opportunities that have come in for me are things that I hadn't thought of, or some things were just energetically around me for many years. And I was like, no, I don't have time for that, but I'm interested in that. They've also come in. One thing that happened within minutes of the full moon ritual, I came inside and I received a text message within minutes, and I showed my young son. He hears all of my work that I do, because he also was like, that's amazing, Mum. So, and it was a new opportunity, very rare type of message that I received. So it does work. It is powerful. I share this with you as it definitely works for me. There's a lot more to come in this story. We'll just leave it for this today because I like to keep the messages under 10 minutes. Please embrace the idea that we have limitless opportunities. When we free our mind and we're open, there's an abundance of opportunities. I say there's a limitless opportunities in this beautiful world. Just look at that magnificent moon that totally inspired this work, this process, this decluttering, this total embracing limitless opportunities idea. So that's all for today. But if you'd like more information about decisions, making decisions, and decluttering your mind using your intuition, or anything to do with rituals or mantras or how you create space, please contact me, donna@donnahanks.com, or visit my website, donnahanks.com. And as always, have an amazing day.